YouTube. Today on the Naughty Librarian, I am going over my TBR list for Throwback Thursday. Throwback Thursday is a concept I am kind of stealing from Chelsea Doling Reads. I will link her video down below because it is an amazing idea. Also, I was cleaning out my garage and I found all of my old books I read when I was like in high school or like just graduated from high school. So now that I have them, I might as well give them a reread. For pretty much the next year, one Thursday a month, I will be posting a video of a reread of a book I read when I was in high school, hence Throwback Thursdays. To start things off, I have the classic, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. And like, this was my jam in high school. Oh my gosh, I quoted it all the time and I felt like I was so cool because no one else had read it but me. And now it's a movie and I like the movie quite a bit. So I'm excited to give this a reread because it's gonna be like high school angsty Amanda all over again. Next up on memory lane is Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist by David Levithan and Rachel Kahn. And I read this a little bit after I graduated high school, but it's in the same time period, so it counts. This was like probably the first book I read by David Levithan, and I really like his writing a lot, so this is the end of the book that like started it off. I remember at the time being really mad that they only had like the movie tie-in edition and I couldn't get the original version. So now I have this stupid movie copy. Well, I'm still kind of mad about it. I hate movie tie-in editions when they put like the movie stuff on the cover. It's stupid. It also has like 8 pages of like color pictures from the movie for some reason. Like, what is this, a teen magazine? Next up, we're going like back to middle school, Amanda. I had the first 3 books for Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging by Louise Renninson, followed by On the Bright Side, I'm Now the Girlfriend of a Sex God, and followed by Knocked Out by My Nunga Nungas. This is all about a girl named Georgia who lives in London and her kind of awkward teen misadventures, but I remember freaking loving Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging. It was like everything in middle school. I loved it so much. And I really, really liked On the Bright Side, I'm Now the Girlfriend of a Sex God incredibly. And then Knocked Out by My Nunga Nungas, I have no idea what this was about, honestly. I remember the first 2 really well, and this one I don't remember as well, but middle school days, like, let's get back into it. So my high school awkward rebellious phase was fully encapsulated by Hairstyles of the Damned by Joe Menno. And I remember really, really loving this book so much. I remember thinking it was so deep, and it probably wasn't that deep. Like, let's be real. I vaguely remember what it was about. I remember this kid, he wore army boots all the time, and I think his parents were getting divorced. Like, that's all I really remember, but I remember really, really intensely loving it as a teen, so I'm excited to try it again. Next up, I have Hard Love by Alan Whitlinger, and I remember buying this at the store for no particular reason. I think I just bought it because I thought it was like gonna be like a dark romance. And I honestly do not remember any of the content from this book besides the fact that it's about this girl who makes her own zines, which are like independent magazines for the youngins out there who don't know what those are. And I remember being so inspired by it. I went and got my friends. I was like, oh my gosh, we need to make our own zine. We need to do this. And then we like really tried to do it for like about a month. We really tried, and we wrote articles and we took pictures and we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then we never really did it. But I remember really wanting to make my own zine after reading this. Next up on my teen angst rebellion phase is How Soon Is Never by Mark Spitz. And I love this so much. I don't necessarily remember everything that it was about, but I know it's about this adult man and he's like looking back on his teen years where he was like obsessed with the Smiths. And then as an adult, I think he has a chance to meet Morrissey, so he's trying to buy him like vegan pasta. I remember like little bits and pieces of it, but I remember like intensely loving this as well. Same thing as kind of Hairstyles of the Damned. I was in like an early punk phase or like new post-punk phase. I don't know. I was really into that stuff then. I still am kind of. I digress. I really liked this book when I was in high school, so I'm excited to read it again now. Next up, I have Miss Misery by Andy Greenwald. And I remember I read this like my freshman year of college, I believe. And I remember like loving this so much. To date myself a little bit, it's based like on a MySpace romance, and MySpace isn't even a thing anymore, but it was when this was written. And her like username was Miss Misery, and it's like probably about like emo kids on MySpace. But I remember loving it. It's actually really good. I remember it being very good. It wasn't just like emo kids on MySpace, even though I just said it was. But oh gosh, I had a MySpace back in the day, and I don't think I ever deleted it. It probably just exists. Like, it just exists somewhere on the internet. I should look that up. Oh gosh. Next up I have Swollen by Melissa Lyon. I don't 100% remember what this was about. I do remember there was this girl and she loses her virginity to this kid named Farouk on his parents' Persian rug. I remember that scene very particularly because it's like, I don't know, it's a vivid scene. So I remember that scene being in this, but I don't really remember much else of what it was about. It'll be fun to like get back in this and see what that Persian rug was all about for reals. Last on my Throwback Thursday TBR list is Lost It by Kirsten Tracy. It's about a girl, and I'm assuming she is losing her virginity. I don't really have a lot of memories about what this was about. I remember it being funny. I think her best friend was the funniest part of this book, but I really don't remember much of anything about it. So, hey, it'll be like a brand new book. Alright, that's it for my TBR list for Throwback Thursdays. It should probably take me over a year to finish all of them, so we'll see how long like I'm really committed to this project for. Thank you again to Chelsea Dowling, because this is an amazing idea. I'm so glad you came up with it. Again, her video will be linked down below, so please check it out. She's amazing. If you've read any of these books as well, please let me know down below which ones are your favorites. Do you remember what they are about? Because I kind of don't. Let me know which ones you're most interested in me reading in the future, and hey, let me know if you have any recommendations for books that you read in high school that I should definitely check out. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And that's all for now, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!